Dog breeding behavior. As a dog breeder, you're dealing with so many different personalities when it comes to these dogs. Not all of them will get along, things like that. I know a lot of trainers on the internet make it look like, you can have all your dogs getting along and kumbaya and so on and so forth. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be honest with you guys when it comes to dog breeding and the behavior when you have so many different dogs. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys? I see a lot of behavioralists. I see a lot of these gurus on YouTube, and they talk about how you can have all your dogs be fine with each other and not have no issues, no fights, none of that. As a dog breeder, I don't know if that really applies to us as much, and I'm gonna explain why. Is because when you have as many dogs, like once you start having 5, 10, 15, 20 dogs, like anything over, a couple dogs, like 3 or 4 dogs, you're dealing with so many different personalities now. So now it's like some dogs may not get along with each other, and that's all fine and dandy. That the key thing is you have to be the alpha. Let me backtrack. You have to be the alpha, right? They have to know that you run the yard. You're the one that calls the shots. That's the first thing. If you can't establish that, then you're in a lot of trouble. Here's the other part, right? And why I say I don't know if it's really possible to have all the dogs in like a kumbaya scenario. I mean, if you look, I got 2 dogs in kennels right now because they'll fight other dogs, right? So, and not that I trained them to be that way, but for example, like I purchased her, you know what I'm saying? And then the other one, he was getting picked on by another dog, and then he became the way he is now. So they can't be with certain dogs. So I have to have certain dogs out with other dogs and kind of take turns and so on and so forth when they're loose inside the yard, because they can't all be together. Now, the reason why I say I don't think it could be like a kumbaya scenario where all the dogs could be cohesively together is, yes, while I'm around, I can watch and make sure that the dogs don't test each other. Because what happens is, like I said, there can only be one alpha, right, of a pack. The dogs look at it like a pack mentality. There can only be one alpha, right? But the problem is once I'm gone, or my wife is gone, or somebody else is gone who assumes the position of alpha, there's going to be dogs that are going to test each other to assume that position that I'm the alpha when our owner isn't around, or when his wife isn't around, or when the kids aren't around, or whatever the case may be. That they feel like they become the alpha. So that's why I think, yes, you can have the dogs all in a cohesive unit maybe when you're around, but who's to say they're not going to test each other when you're not around? And that's something that you have to be super cautious of, because I've had so many times that I've seen breeders show me, and even close calls with myself, where it's like, if you're not looking at the body language of the dogs, like I just showed you just now, yo, get out of there, go. So, like, go, come on, no, go. So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. I don't normally have my big standard Prince with my smaller boy Wishbone. And Wishbone's older now, where he's being bred, he has more testosterone, so on and so forth. So if I didn't come over there and kind of be like, hey guys, like, I'm the alpha, neither one of you are the alpha, they may test each other. And I'm looking at Prince's hair, and his hair was standing on end, and then Wishbone's kind of just, he's affirming his position. So that's why you have to be extremely careful. Like, I have another dog, Anger Management. He does not like play when it comes to Prince. He does not like to be bullied by Prince. So like I said, you're dealing with all these different personalities, and I've seen, especially, and then they could all be fine, and then when the females come into heat, that's a whole other problem now, because now you have studs that will not allow other studs near other females. They feel like they have to assert their dominance. And then you have females that come into heat and they want to test each other. And I mean, it can get to the point I've seen firsthand where breeders have actually like sent me pictures and stuff. And even like some of my friends that they've had dogs, the female was in heat. Another female that was in heat they were together, they fought, and one of the females died. Like, it happens. So that's why you have to be extremely cautious. And that's why I don't know if, like, at least for me, I could trust just leaving all my dogs in the yard together and not worrying about something happening. So I just share this to you guys as like a warning or a disclosure. Like, once you get into dog breeding and you start having multiple dogs, you're gonna have to be very mindful and watchful of the body language that the dogs have with each other. And if dogs are certain dogs are known to fight with each other, they may be fine in front of you, but I don't know if I would trust leaving them loose amongst each other. So like I said, it's a little bit different than having like a pet. You know, if you have just one dog that's home with you, and it maybe is aggressive towards people, you could always kind of work on that. But when it comes to a multitude of dogs, and then you're always having new puppies coming in and so on and so forth, it's kind of a different ball game. So like I said, I don't have the exact equation on what you do about it, but for me, what I just do is I keep certain dogs separate, and you know, I kind of just work rotations like that. So right now, like I said, some dogs are loose, some dogs are in the pens, some dogs are up on the roof right now. And like I said, I just keep rotation, and I'm just mindful of who doesn't get along with who. And, you know, we just kind of keep dogs somewhat separate so it maintains the peace. So that's kind of the moral of the story, guys. As always, hope this information is helpful. I hope it's useful. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Breeders' Hacks. All right, guys. I know I'm not a dog behavioralist or specialist, but leave a comment down below and let us know your experience when it comes to having multitudes of dogs and their behaviors. I'm going to be reading the comments. All right, guys.